Hi guys, welcome to the Asylum Escapees. I'm Jes and Ava, aka Jes SY, and my co-host, who sounds like a 12-year-old boy.
I'm John Schleif from tealwrist.
We'll link them in the description below. Anyway, we have a couple other friends joining us that'll pretty much be on every podcast, but they don't talk as much. And that's
Ava Carlton?
Do you have any accounts?
No.
She said no. You guys don't get to see her personal life.
And Black Man with Izzy No Cap on TikTok.
And basically, we're a bunch of friends that ride a bus every morning. So if you hear background noises, that's most likely what it is. The topic is going to be men versus women. I don't know whether that means they're more important or who does more or anything like that. Just, I guess, in general. Which the men should prepare to lose on this one. No, he actually likes pussy, unlike you.
I know. I like pussy too. No, John, you wouldn't.
You've never had it. How do you know you like it?
Fair point.
Speaking of which, women can almost get any men they want. Can men get any girl they want?
No, the rape.
Oh my god! You just went dark instantly. Men are the drug dealers. There's very rarely that you see a woman drug dealer. Why do you think this is? Women have a lower rate going into crime, or men are just retarded as shit?
Men are retarded as shit.
The fact that he chose the second one.
Am I wrong? Am I not wrong?
He's supposed to be arguing your guys' side, by the way. He's supposed to be arguing the men's side. He's not helping his case over here.
A man, listen. Yes, but we are stupid as crap. We will literally. I have my brother one time was putting shingles on our roof with my dad, and I dared him to jump off the roof from there.
As you can
which
see,
is like
John's on the girl's side. Okay,
so it's like 15, 20 feet in the air. He jumps off it. He broke his legs. But he did it without hesitation. We are stupid. We will do anything if you like do it.
Triple dog dare us.
Yeah, just like I triple dog dare you. Like, alright, what do you want me to do?
Well, men learn and develop differently as well, and they also take after certain characters that they see on TV and everything.
Yeah.
Like they'll name 5 positive father roles on kids' TV shows that you watched growing up.
I would say one character is Slammy, but he turned his child into a dog, so no.
That's the best one you can think of.
Yeah.
What the shit are you watching, Matt?
Well, the difference is when men and women are being raised as young children or whatever, men learn as if, and they, there's this whole thing about toys or whatever, and how, men's TV shows can be targeted at little boys because of the toys.
Yeah.
Because men are more likely to watch a TV show going, oh, this is how I should play with my toys. They should be fighting. They should be doing this. They should be doing that. And then the boys will go over it and they will direct their toys to be doing those things. But women, when it comes to young girls, they see themselves in the characters and play in first person. Which is why you'll see, girls or whatever, when they're playing a game, they'll turn and they'll be like, I cast you with a spell. And you'll be like, I cast you with a spell. And they go, no, I had a shield. You didn't get me. And, they'll go like that or whatever because they see themselves in the character and don't want themselves to die in the game.
It's a good example of that. The He-Man show, it was cartoon. If you don't know, it was a cartoon the early 90s, 80s.
Yeah, that's an old-ass cartoon.
It's good, though. It's not aged terribly, unlike some shows back then.
Damn. Who you calling out?
Not one in particular. I just
okay.
Just saying, some shows have aged badly. They had toys that
You've also aged badly.
Damn. They also have toys, and their toys are my father told me that when he played with them, they weren't he was directing one of the episodes. So that's a good example.
because men can't relate to characters early on, even though they take the personality of certain characters. Like, you see it all the time. When kids watch a TV show, they'll turn around and they'll be like, oh my god, I just watched Karate Kid. I'm gonna karate the crap out of everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen, like, a TV show or whatever, and then you're like, oh my god, I want to do that hairstyle. Like, some show made me want bangs again. Not this time I got bangs, but when I was younger, I wanted bangs again after I had it in, like, first grade, and I hated them. And then a show I watched later on, I think it was Devil's Wear Prada, actually. It wasn't even a show, it was a movie. And I was like 7, and I was like, oh my god, I want bangs again. And my mom was like, you're not getting bangs again, you hated bangs. And I cut them myself years later, but like, Devil's Wear Prada was like, oh my god, I want bangs again. What the heck
that
just
sound?
slid forward, like, all the way?
Explain to the viewers.
Something just slid all the way to, like, the front of the bus. It was somebody's computer.
It was skirt.
I feel like we're standing on uneven ground.
Yeah.
Whose computer was it?
It's gone with the wind.
I'm serious.
But speaking of development, you can't deny that biologically and factual that women mature more than men.
Yes, they do.
And the entire reason that men are so idiotic and so crazy during childhood is because of how they are influenced on the TV and everything. And they learn, based off of a lot of the shows directed at young boys, that they're allowed to be crazy and wild and stupid until a girl comes down and settles them down. Which is why we get all those movies where it's like, oh, she's a trophy you win if you actually go to settle down.
I agree with that, but I also agree with another thing that develops on maturity is also just how you're raised. I know people who are twice as mature.
I'm one of those people.
I know men who are twice as mature as women that are their same age or older than them.
Yeah, that's called trauma.
Yeah.
We have to develop faster to survive because we're raised by the same people that scream and scream and scream and scream and scream, but we're raised to sit there quietly and just bottle that all up, and that's unhealthy. Which is also why men have unhealthy outbursts because they're told to bottle and bottle and bottle.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't know if that could pick up.
What's up there?
That's a major reason why I support absolutely getting a therapist. If you have mental problems, you should have a therapist.
Gay therapist? Did you just say you support gay therapists?
No, I just support getting a therapist.
Oh my god. I heard you wrong and I'm the person. I hope it picked up gay therapist. I feel like when it comes to superior races, or superior genders. What topic are we doing now?
Men versus women.
Superior genders. There are
many variables in that.
I feel like when it comes to emotional capability, women exceed 100% because one, they have more of an emotional range, and then two, women are allowed to feel those emotions. It is completely normal for a woman to just randomly break down and be like, oh my god, my tucker was too hot. You know, like, that is completely accepted in society. But
if a man were to do that,
it's considered wimpy, or, you know. Yeah. Even though, you know, it attracts more women to be more emotional, but not so emotional that you're like crying every 5 seconds.
Yeah. However, if you weren't talking about the physical side of things, like the strength factor, all that, then
I wasn't even gonna go there. Go ahead.
I am. The definite winner of that side would have to be men. They are, by genetics, built stronger.
Alright, now we talk about intelligence.
Intelligence-wise,
I feel like we're pretty even with intelligence.
it's very even. It just depends on...
Because men have such a more like a wider scale of like how they can score on an IQ test, women are most of the time they're like dead center in the middle or above, and like a woman has the highest IQ. A lot of major important things that we use every day were invented by women, if not African American women.
You got something to say to me, Jess?
But more men go into science and become bosses because women are told from a young age that they're bossy, and they can't do that because it makes them a bitch.
Yeah.
And it makes them, you know, are your heels too tight? Are your panties in a knot? All of those are sayings typically used to tear down women that are actually independent in some way when it comes to achieving those certain things. So when it comes to when occupational structures are put into place, most of the time there are more men in those fields. Only because women are told constantly that they can't accomplish that and they should strive lower and not have their goals set up that high from a very young age. But when it comes to legitimate IQ and legitimate, like, women's average IQ, they put dead center. Men, on the other hand, can either be extremely intelligent or extremely stupid.
John, you're probably extremely stupid.
Depending on what area you're in.
Do you have to state any insult that pops in your head?
Depending on what type
Yes.
of environment.
Yes. That's what makes this so fun.
That's who I am. Why am I the laughing stock? Oh, have you seen yourself?
John.
For the audience
I
out there,
thought she was going. She just said because John.
for the audience out there, if you know how John looks, you will know why I made these insults for.
Subscribe and eventually we'll do a live stream.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to younger kid development, especially when like they're babies or whatever, men typically start walking at a younger age and start talking at a younger age than women do.
Yeah.
Also, men are more likely to have some random ass first word than women are.
My first word ever was tanks.
Tanks?
Tanks, yes.
Like military tanks.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know what my first word was. What I was trying to say was thanks.
Thanks. Oh, okay.
But I said tanks.
That's adorable, actually.
It is.
That is. And also, men's brains develop a little bit faster in childhood than women's, especially in like younger years. So like you'll see all of these little like male babies that can learn how to swim and sign language and Spanish and all this other crap at a very young age, where women tend to struggle with that at a younger age. But we learn better, like when it comes to looking at things, we can better connect images. For example, humans have an eye receptor that is like one solid thing where we can't see in slow motion or we can't see multiple pictures at the same time, but we can connect dots. That's the difference between like us and flies. Because flies can see slower, they can see multiple pictures at once, but they can't go, oh, there's a stopped car and a stop sign. That's stopped because that sign says stop, you know?
Dude, flies are dumb as shit.
Why so dumb as shit, he said.
For real, I tried to kill one just to view class and even noticed me. Like,
And
I'm like,
women can connect those things much sooner than men, and then they also can connect colors better than men. Like, if I turn you on, I was like, what color's my shirt? You're gonna go blue and white. I'm gonna go, it's fucking indigo or navy blue and an eggshell. Because we'd be more specific in that.
eggshell is a color?
Yes,
It is.
eggshell's a paint color.
John, you're an idiot.
Yes. It's a shade of white.
God, I just thought that was white.
No. Oh my god. See, exactly my point though.
See, bloody men.
Yeah.
Bloody men.
Idiot.
Ava's single, if you can't tell.
Yeah, she
also
should be gay then.
Men are more likely to,
No.
you know, like try and shove something in something else. What I mean by
Like-
that.
like-
No.
like-
Hold on. What I mean, like when babies have those little like tubs or whatever, and then it has like the little shapes on top. Men are more likely to go, I'm gonna fucking shove this circle in this triangle whether it kills me. You know? Because they have more dedication, especially as younger kids. Where women are just gonna be like, it's a triangle. You know, like we're easier. more easily connect to things.
That's basically like the whole half the reason like the it goes in a square hole meme exists.
Which is why that rectangle hole exists, and then you shove it in everything in the square. You've seen those videos where men figure that out, where they're like, oh my god, what square does this fit into? And they just shove everything in that one square hole or whatever.
Yeah, it goes in the square hole.
Yeah, exactly, those videos. Also, men are more likely to do crazy things that are funny when they're left alone for multiple hours.
Yeah. I can speak for experience. One time I was alone, I was outside, so what I decided to do was I grabbed a shovel and I just threw it at an old house and it just stuck there for a while.
Oh my god, I didn't know John
shocked.
John had that.
We can also talk about something else. When it comes to like thinking things through, men are more straightforward and simple when they think. They're just like, for example,
They try to get to the point.
yeah, like I was like, yo, make a decision, and Cam turns to me. Cam's my boyfriend. Cam turns to me and he goes, I'm gonna choose yes. I was like, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, and I'm gonna explain how you're wrong for choosing yes, because you should have said no, and here are 3 reasons. And then he's like, oh, I thought about those, but then I thought we could do that after. And then I'm like, no, we can't, because we wanted to do that other thing. And he's like, oh shit, I forgot about the other thing. I'm like, dude, you don't think things through at all.
Men's don't, like, they stick on one thing, but women think, like, how many stuff in one brain? Man, go.
We have more convoluted thoughts. Convoluted thoughts.
Complicated.
Convoluted and complicated are synonyms.
Like complicated. What did you say?
Convoluted.
Convoluted. I thought you said complicated.
Oh, yes.
Complicated.
So when it comes to thinking, women have a broader spectrum on, like, reasoning and also, like, actually thinking things through, where men are just like, oh, what's this red button do?
Which is why it does take, which is why, and I'm not trying to sound like mean or bad about this, it's why it takes women a minute to, like, do makeup and all that, because they think, what color will look best for this purpose? What color will match my skin?
Our outfit.
Or outfit.
We don't match our skin.
Let me say something.
Foundation.
Okay.
Like,
I thought you were talking about eyeshadow.
I was just talking about makeup in general.
no, women take, like, how long just to get makeup. You know why? Because they try to impress other people. Like, boys or other
No.
girls. Trust me, I see some people.
Alright, whatever women you're hanging around, I don't wear makeup often, and when I wear it, it's
Yeah,
because
so.
I have the motivation to wear it.
So.
And when it comes to makeup or whatever, it's marketed towards women. Also,
Yeah.
when it comes to paying more, that goes to women, because on average, women pay $36,000 more in their lifetime just because of the pink tax. Just because they're like, oh my god, this bowl is $2 and it's blue for boys, and then this bowl is $6 and it's pink for girls. And your daughter's only gonna want this one because it's marketed directly at her, and because she's so little, she has to affiliate with the color pink. Like, oh my god. Even though she likes the blue bowl better.
A good example of the colors of blue and pink do not mean boy and girl. Blue's Clues, actually. The Blue, the main character of Blue's Clues
Is a girl.
And they're blue.
Oh
Wait,
my
Blue's
god, I
Clues
love
is a
Blue's
girl?
Clues.
Blue's Clues is good. Wait, Blue's Clues is a girl? Yeah, Blue's a girl.
Alright, interrogation part of the podcast. Alright, do you think he should have left us when he was balding, or do you think he should have stuck it out and we should all just watched him go bald together?
He should have stuck it out.
Exactly. Bring him back. You want him back? He now can dress up as Mr. Clean for Halloween in the Blue's Clues special crossover episode, you know? Like,
I did not Blue's Clues was a girl. I thought he was a boy.
oh my god, I loved Blue's Clues
Anyways,
growing up.
back to what
Which
we
was
were talking
funny, because you assumed he was a boy because he was blue.
So did I thought that. But
And because and when the pink version
That's exactly my point there, because things are oriented and directed directly at certain people based off of colors only. Like, you go to the store and you'll see the same razor, but it's pink, and instead of green or blue or whatever.
Orange.
And it has like a slight difference in the blade maybe, and it's like $16 more. You'll see stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
So when it comes to societal like pressures and societal like when it comes to money making and using money wisely, they consider tampons and pads luxury products, which is why they're so pricey. Even though they're a necessity. Stop laughing at me.
Yeah, fucker.
They charge them like it's a Louis Vuitton tampon with cocaine and I'm shoving up my pussy, you know?
Did they used to have cocaine though?
Yeah, because they used to be for men for bullet wounds, and then women were like, oh my god, I'm gonna shove this up my hoo-ha. And then men were like, we don't want to use this for bullets anymore. And then they got rid of the cocaine just to spite us. They were like, you're gonna use our shit? No more cocaine.
No more filling barrel wearing it.
This is probably going to be one of our longer ones, though.
Probably.
I feel like men have struggled emotionally, obviously.
Yeah.
There's been years of them of other men and other women telling them to shut the fuck up and don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Which, most words when it comes to being a wimp or a dumbass, any negative condensation word you're basically calling somebody dumb or a fucking wimp are all related to men. They were words invented to basically knock down men.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up. When it comes to violence, more women have been killed by the hands of men than in wars, diseases, and car crashes combined. To making money, men succeed. When it comes to better occupational careers and more advanced careers, men succeed. When it comes to legitimately having motherly instincts and raising children, women succeed. When it comes to having on a more broader band, a higher IQ, more intelligence level, and more maturity, women succeed.
No, that does not mean that they're all perfect with all that. Sometimes, me for example, I have.
And I'm not saying there aren't exceptions. Yeah. There are plenty
of exceptions. I, for example, if I hear a child crying, I will look to it and see if it's all right. The child's crying.
That's because you are a woman, though.
I'm not a woman. I'm a man.
No, the baby cries because it sees your face. That's why.
The baby cries because it sees your face. That's so messed up. No, you gotta dramatically cry into the mic. That's gonna be part of the intro. Like, that's gonna be, instead of doing, what's it called, like the thumbnail. Instead of doing the thumbnail, it's just John's voice crying. Just the audio file of John's voice crying.
John crying, not wave.
But if you don't realize, wherever the other gender is lacking, the other one succeeds. We are literally just yin and yang.
Exactly. And people say that they don't need men or they don't need women to do everything. You do. If you...
Biologically and emotionally, both. You need at least one man in your life that's actually good.
There's a good quote I heard about stuff like this. It goes, and if you've seen the show, you'll know what it's from. You cannot have darkness without light, or light without darkness. That's why there are opposites of everything.
Does that come from Panda?
No, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh my god! I thought it was Oogway.
Oogway, like,
if you men need.
Why do I feel like he would say that though?
He probably would.
You gotta do the voice now.
You cannot have light without darkness. So you need men, but you also need women. Without men, children wouldn't happen. Without women, children wouldn't happen. You know?
We're not saying that lesbian gay couples can't do things too. We're talking about adoption is an option. Repopulate. Don't put down the children that have been there too long.
For people who don't understand, if you're a boy and you don't have a stick, you can stick it to a girl who don't have a stick. And when you keep going,
can I talk about that for a second? Real quick, I just want to branch out for 1 second. Sure. When it comes to, alright, if a man beats the living shit out of a dog, it's okay because it's discipline. When a man not a man, just people in general. Okay, so, if you hit your mother, it's disrespect. If you hit your sibling, it's fighting. If you hit your friend, it's unnecessary and it's violent for no reason. If you hit a stranger, you're just fucking insane. But if you hit your children, it's discipline. And I'm not talking about like, oh, they got in trouble, deserved the beating. I'm talking about like legitimately hitting them with no reason.
Genuine abuse.
Yeah. I didn't know that was abuse for the longest time. But what I wanted to talk about was hookup culture real quick. Because when it comes to hookup culture, women have more options, but men have more capability when it comes to bragging rights.
Yeah.
For example, like, have you ever heard the saying, a key that unlocks multiple locks is a good key, it's a master key.
Yeah.
But then a lock that's unlocked by multiple keys is a really shitty lock.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point right there. Is men are the master key and women are the shitty lock.
Yeah. Now,
So when it comes to hookup culture, men are allowed to brag about it more, especially like when it comes to dating in general. A man can walk up and be like, I've been with 50 girls, and a girl would be like, okay. But if a girl does that, a man would be like, oh, now you for the streets, ho. You been gang banging and shit. You laughed because it's true.
It is.
what I missed out. I'll find it out.
It's fucked up.
What would be your opinion if you're dating a girl that's been with 50 guys?
I'll call that girl.
She for the streets. Yeah, exactly.
And then it's so it's like, I've been with 50 women.
You go, oh, he's experienced. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
He's gonna know what to do, unlike most men. I'm joking.
Your first thought wouldn't be, why has he been with 50 women? What has he done to not be with any of his women?
Exactly.
Technically, if you choose the wrong, for girls, if you choose the wrong man, it's kind of your fault too.
When it comes to dating as a whole, it's a lot harder for women. When it comes to hooking up, it's a lot harder for men, but it's easier for men to brag about.
Clayton, what did you say just a second ago? Say it
Like,
again.
when you dating, it's kind of what I said again, shit.
You said it was your fault for not.
Yeah. Like if something wrong goes, it's technically wrong on the women's side. Like you know what I mean.
So, are you speaking from experience with Bree?
No, no.
Because she basically ignored your butt, and
No.
you still proceeded. Men are more persistent when it comes to dating. If women are like, oh, you said no? Okay. Men are be like, you said no? I'll be back in a year. You know, like...
You said no, I'll be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's how Jamin is, but it's the next day.
Or if it's Jamin 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, time for it.
Tell them about the time when he said when he did the Jeep thing.
Oh my god. I'm in a relationship, and I have been for 2 years. Jamin comes up to me like a month ago on the bus or whatever, slams his hands on the seat, goes, "What's up, baby girl? You want to take a ride on my Jeep Wrangler?" And this man claims he still doesn't have a crush on me. I don't know.
When he's written a fucking song about her that I wrote the bridge for.
Also still in a relationship at both of these moments.
You'd understand.
With someone else.
You'd know Jamin. You'll like know when it's Jamin because you'll recognize his voice. His voice is very special.
It stands out.
Special.
It's called sped, not speed. That's your line.
Okay, sure.
He keeps coming up and saying he just needs 2 minutes to make us feel something. And by us, I mean women.
Exactly. He's a major ick.
Yes. Speaking of which, our next episode is about our ideal types and our icks. And that basically concludes this episode. This is Jesney Yeager.
What?
You say your name.
John?
John Slade. Signing off.
Let's try that again. We'll cut that out.
We have other outros. This is Jesney Yeager.
And John Schleif.
Signing off. Fucking dumbass.